Hey, man, welcome to the Northwest Georgia football spring preview show. 5A today, man. We're going to be covering all the regions next couple of weeks. Benton, Lawrence, Morgan. Ready to talk some football.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know everybody's excited about 5A this year, man. There's a lot of bosses in 5A. A lot of teams, man.
Absolutely. And we already posted our 6A previews and the bigger school previews, and they got a lot of views. I appreciate everybody clicking on it and hearing what we had to say.
Yeah, like I said, in the 6A show, this is not a prediction show. We'll save that for later in the summer. So I'm gonna do my best not to give away any secrets during this show.
No
This is
prediction secrets
no
today.
no prediction secrets. This is more of an informational show.
I got you. I
We'll
like
kind
it.
of we'll kind of give everybody an idea of what everybody's got coming back, what they lost, things to look forward to heading into the summer.
All right.
Man,
Well,
we'll
let's
get
start in 5A here in Region 5 with one of our newer schools that we picked up over the last couple of years, the Villarica Wildcats. Go ahead.
Yeah, they were 4-6 last year. Missed the playoffs by a game. Real competitive. Um, Losing two all-region first-team guys. Shivers is going to South Carolina and play offensive line. Zero first-team kids coming back, but they do have two second-team players coming back next year.
Yeah, I saw I was looking on the all region, and Caden Reed, I believe he'll be a junior coming up, running back, second team offense, all region offensive player at running back last year.
Yeah,
Go
I
along
think.
with Devin Barnes, be a senior wide receiver.
Yeah, I think the biggest news for the Wildcats this offseason was head coach Tim Barron stepping down. He did a great job at Heard County state championship a few years back. Took Villarica to the playoffs his first year there. He's still going to be around the team, from what I understand. But his son Austin Barron's taking over.
How often do you see that? That's cool. Just hand it down to your son. That's
Yeah, yeah. And I actually
passing
heard.
on the reins.
Yeah, and I heard an interview with Coach Barron a couple months ago. I can't remember where I heard it, but man, you could just tell he was real proud that his son was getting the opportunity to take over. Um, I think they're in pretty good hands, and the Wildcats always have talent. They're trying to develop the young guys right now, get that middle school program going, and if they can keep some of the guys that they develop, I think the Wildcats be in pretty good shape going forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's one of the things, man. Is you know, we've talked about it a bunch in college football, but in high school, it seems like kids are moving around left and right as well. So, which I mean, it's their right, I guess.
Yep. All right, man. Let's get to the big one here. This is Region 7 5A. This is the one everybody's anticipating to be a knockdown drag out this year. Maybe the best 5A region in the state. I mean, they were 4-0 last year in the first round of the playoffs. Some big boys.
Yeah, man, I seen a heck of a game between Cedartown and Calhoun last year at Calhoun. Obviously, that's not a region game, but those two teams, especially Cedartown, went way deep in the playoffs, and that was just a battle. That was a bloodbath back and forth, and a heck of a game to watch. And you look at that region that Calhoun's in. You talked about it. One of the most competitive. You got Calhoun, Carsville, Cass, Dalton, Hiram, and Woodland. Really, four teams there that have like a rich tradition, and then two that lately have come on. Good luck fighting for a home playoff spot in this particular region.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they went 4-0 last year in the first round. And the team that didn't even make the playoffs, Hiram, they were the fifth team, beat Calhoun.
Yeah.
So, man, Very competitive. Yeah,
Talk about Calhoun in general, what they lost and what they returned.
we'll start with Calhoun. 9-4 last year, region champs. They beat Cartersville, I think, 50-48 in the overtime game.
Close one.
Losing four first team all region guys, including their all-purpose player of the year, Cam Curtis. Returning 5 first teamers.
Big time there. Quarterback, Trey Townsend returning, looking for a big year. Obviously, the running back, Caden Williams, he'll be back. Emory Watson, the big tight end, he's still young. I mean, heck, he'll just be a junior. They got more. They got more too.
Got more. Like I said, we're not here to start rumors or speculate, but I mean, we can just go by what we see. We saw a couple of big names with Calhoun High School in their Twitter header this week.
Yeah, we'll let that mature a little bit, but that could be some huge news for that region in general and for Calhoun for sure.
Yeah, like I said, 23 straight playoff appearances for the Yellow Jackets. I think I was 2 years old the last time they missed the playoffs. Let's see, 23. That makes me 25. Yeah.
Good one. Let's see how many people catch that one.
Yeah, they've played in 9 title games with 3 championships over those 23 years. So it's kind of setting themselves up this season, man, maybe to get back there. Cartersville Purple Hurricanes, man, finished second last year in Region 7-5A. That 50-48 loss to Calhoun in overtime. Ended up going 12-2, lost in the semifinals to Warner Robins. Losing 7 first team all-region kids. And they only have 1 first teamer coming back, but 6 second teamers.
Yeah, they lost co-offensive player of the year in Malachi Jeffries. Him and Caden Williams, the before announced Caden Williams from Calhoun were the player of the year, co-player of the year, that is. Returning Isaiah Livesey? No, that's Woodland and Cartersville. Excuse me. Wrong person.
I tell you what, though, man, Cartersville is kind of like a college team. You got guys leave, and you see they had 6 second teamers last year. I guarantee you, those 6 second teamers, if they didn't have those first teamers in front of them, would have been first team guys. I mean, they got guys waiting, stacked on stacked.
I agree. Like you said, you look at the second team offense, and it's Cartersville all the way down through there. Christian Lando, Cartersville. He'll be a senior this year, running back. Dustin Kearns graduated last year, excuse me. Connor Brasfield, senior tight end. And then on down the list there, you were talking about the line of scrimmage. Malachi Tolliver will be a senior offensive lineman, and the list goes on.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think Malachi Tolliver is probably one of the most recruited offensive linemen in our area, and he was just a second teamer last year.
Yeah.
11 straight playoff appearances for the Canes, 2 state titles, and 4 chances. So, they go to state championship about once every 3 years.
And when's the last time they went?
2021, right?
I think so. See if that trend continues.
Our third team in 7-5A, Cass Colonels. 5-7 last year, man. The record pretty deceiving. They had a tough record. I know they played Rockmart out of conference. 4th in the region, knocked off number 4 Jefferson in the first round last year. Only losing 1 first team all region guy. Bringing back 6 first teamers and 3 second teamers. Yeah,
this team here kind of opens your eyes when you see all those players that they're bringing back. And the one that jumps out, or one of the ones that jump out, Devin Henderson jumps out, and then Scovey White. Is he a Georgia commit still?
Georgia commit, yeah, Georgia commit.
Yeah, he was a special teams player of the year last year, and he's all over the place. He's a jitterbug. He can make plays, and he's going to make some plays this year. I guarantee it.
And, you know, they have a great linebacker, senior linebacker, in Kevin Henderson. He's picked up some offers the last couple of weeks. Then you start looking at their young guys, man. Brody McWhorter,
Yep,
the quarterback, a freshman last year, and Bear McWhorter, man, he's probably got 25 offers already, if not more.
Yeah, Brody be a sophomore, and he was on the first team all-region offensive quarterback last year. I mean, that's
you got Ellis on the defensive line. I mean, he's a great kid. Been following him ever since he's in the 6th grade. Man, hard worker. Coach Gates has done a great job over there and his staff. I know they're really excited to get this season going. First back-to-back playoff appearances ever for Cass the last 2 years.
Let's make it 3.
Yeah, and when they knocked off Jefferson last year, man, first playoff win since 1983.
Big.
And I truly was only 13 years old then, so.
I wasn't born yet. I mean,
I was just a baby. Dalton Catamounts. Dalton Catamounts were the 3 seed. Yep, they were the 3 seed last year in 7-5A. Went down to Loganville in the first round, upset them, losing 3 first-team all-region guys, and they have 1 coming back and 4 second-teamers.
You know, you hate to say it, but when you lose the region player of the year in a region like this, it's going to be tough. Tyson Greenway, senior running back, was a player of the year last year. He moves on. It's going to be tough to replace that production and skill that he had.
Yeah, I think most of the guys they have coming back are on the defensive side of the ball. Phelan at tight end, man, he's a real good tight end. I think he gets overshadowed, you know, by Winston and those guys at Calhoun. But he played in that Rising Senior All-Star game this past winter, and like I said, you're curious to see what kind of offense they come out with this year. You know, with Greenway gone.
I mean, could you find a better region for tight ends? I mean, Emory Winston. You know, we'll talk about Walter Matthews here in a minute, and you know, maybe some other additions.
Yeah, possibly another one. It has to be the best tight end in the state. You know.
No way that there's another region with better tight ends. If you listen to this and you have a region that has better tight ends, or you think you do, post a comment of your 3 best tight ends, and we'll see what we get here. High school, by the way.
Yeah. 5th team last year in Region 7-5A. Hiram Hornets, 5-5. Missed the playoffs, man, but they did knock off Calhoun earlier in the year. I know they were disappointed not making the playoffs. Losing 2 first-team all-region guys. They have 5 first-teamers coming back and 4 second-teamers.
Yeah, led by obviously, you know, our man out there at tight end, Mr. Walter Matthews. But you got Jamarian Watley too. He'll be a senior coming back at running back. He's going to be tough to deal with down there at Hiram.
Yeah, if you follow high school, if you follow high school football in this area for the last few years, you know Jamarian Watley is the brother of Nunu Watley, former Rock March star. He's now at Tennessee Chattanooga.
Yes, sir. That's going to be a team to watch. I mean, you still got, you got on the first team defense. Let's see here. From last year, well, you graduated Jaden Coggins, but I'm looking down here. Who's going to play quarterback?
Like I said, it's one of the things we don't know until the season starts, you know, until you see them on the field. But from what I understand, man, they're having a move in from Mount Vernon.
Huh.
6'2", dual threat quarterback.
Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon is one of those teams that slung the ball around, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I saw some film on the kid. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but Strickland maybe. I watched a little of his film the other day, and he looked real good, fast, quick. You're going to have to score some points if you're going to compete with Calhoun, Cartersville, and Cass.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's just no question about it.
I tell you, a kid I like too on that defense is Pope. Isaiah Pope. I think he's a rising junior. I think he'll play big time college football for us over.
His name, when I was doing the research, his name definitely popped up. I'm pulling up Mount Vernon from last year.
Yeah, like I said, one of the tidbits about hiring one here when I was doing the research is it's been since 2014 since they were last above 500 for a season.
Wow. You know, you'd like to say that they can do that pretty easily, but you don't know their non-conference. I mean, you know what's in their region. That's tough. So we'll wait on that prediction.
Now, I'll tell you what, though, man, if you just look at them on paper, man, I mean,
Yeah,
incredible, you know?
got a lot coming back, and you got a lot of talent.
And then finishing it off, Woodland Wildcats. They were 1-9 last year, finished 6th. You kind of feel bad for these guys, man, because they could be the 6th or 7th best team in the state and still get beat up on, you know?
Yeah, it's murder's row, like we said in that particular region there.
But I mean, to their advantage this year, they lose 0 all-region players, but they have 5 first-teamers coming back.
Yeah, that's where when I looked earlier and I mentioned that Isaiah Livesey, Livsey, he's a junior running back coming back for Woodland. I think he'll have a big year. Also, Sam Carlson, he'll be a senior lineman, looking for a big year for Woodland.
I'm trying to remember right off the top of my head. I think they play their 4 non-region games are East Paulding, Pepperell, Model, and Coosa. You know, they have a chance to put some wins on the board this year against some of the smaller schools.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. See if there's anything posted yet. A lot of these schools don't have schedules posted yet. I know I see the Coosa game, but that's all I see.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, when I do my research, man, I looked it up. 1999 was the last time the Wildcats were in the playoffs,
and the last season above 500. Correct.
Yep. So 1999, 24 years ago, man, 24-year playoff drought for the Wildcats.
Well, maybe that returning talent there can help them try to sneak in this year.
I tell you what, man. With the other 5 teams in that region, if they sneak in, it'd be the story of the year.
Absolutely, there would have to be a couple of the. I would say the upset of the year would be on them if they were to sneak into the playoffs. We've had some pretty big ones over the last few years too.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, man. That concludes our 5A preview show. Coming up next week, man, we'll have 4A and 3A. We'll dig into the Cedartown Bulldogs and 6 AAA. I can just tell you right off the top of the bat, man, before I do any research, that 6 AAA is wide open this year. I think it's top heavy. I think the last 2 playoff spots are wide open.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun year. We might see some names that you don't normally see, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about football.
Absolutely, it's here. I know Calhoun got their spring practice underway last night. I know everybody pretty much gets going next week. We'll try to get out as much as we can. I'm looking forward to getting up there and seeing your Indians, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting up there at Gordon Lee this spring, and then I'm gonna try to get over to some of the practice and you know talk with Coach Gable about how they feel like their season is going to go, or how the spring went at least. And he's obviously new, got a whole new staff. Besides a few, I think that stayed around, but big staff news the other day from the Indians. Add
Yep.
Mr. Hammond, that's huge. I know this is a 5A show, so I'll keep it at that.
All right, man. Like Benton said earlier, we appreciate everybody that hops in and watches us, man. We love high school football. Just a couple of dudes just talking and rambling.
Yeah, and don't forget our sponsor there, Madison Mini Helmets, man. They make pretty much any mini helmet you want. Just message them on Facebook or call them up or get them on Twitter, and they'll hook you up. It's perfect for like the end of the year awards. Instead of giving out a plaque or whatever, or you can give out a plaque too, I guess. But you can give out a helmet with the player's name and their logo of the school or whatever, and that looks great. It's pretty cool. Something they can always set on their desk.
Absolutely. All right, guys. We'll see you next week, man, for the 4A show.